Hey guys, so I'm about to tell you the greatest tip you'll ever learn in cubing, and it's going to make you so much faster, and you're going to think, oh wow, I can't believe I never really thought about that. Well, some of you may have, but... So anyway, here's the tip. Don't get discouraged. To elaborate on this, don't ever be upset with whatever your time is. And so basically the premise of not getting discouraged is this. So here's your little timeline, I guess, sort of thing. So here's where you start. You start here at wherever you start cubing, and then you practice, you learn a few things, you learn some things along the way, and here are at 20 seconds. And you think, okay, that's pretty good, but, you know, I kind of want to improve more. So maybe you learn OLL and PLL or something. So here you are at 15. And then it starts getting a little tougher to basically improve, so you're improving very slowly, and then you get around 14, 15 after maybe a few months. And then it starts getting a little bit, okay, why am I not really improving anymore? Then you sit down, and maybe a good average for you is 13, or one day a bad average for you will be 17. And, you know, that's basically your graph, and you're thinking, okay, well, what else is there for me to learn? Oh, maybe I'll need to learn COL or something. Well, the truth is, you really don't need to learn anything more than OLL and PLL and, you know, advanced F2L. And the main thing is just practice. And I know a lot of people say, oh, something other than practice. Don't get discouraged. That's the main thing. So you're there. And so here's where you are now when you're averaging about 15 or whatever you're averaging. So you go down, and here you are. Here's your practicing, you know, cubing, and it was not a good day for you. You're averaging 15, and you walk away with your best average being, I don't know, 17. And you think, oh, what the heck? You know, what am I doing? I must suck. You know, I'm just gonna practice nonstop. Well, that's not the answer. I mean, practicing is good, but practicing nonstop because you had a bad average one day is not the answer. It's just gonna not make you happy and just make you, you know, almost obsessive. Whereas the main thing is here is, again, just don't get discouraged. So one day, you know, you'll go back and you'll practice, and you'll be in a good mood. It'll be a different day, and you go and you practice, and you'll be glad with your times. Maybe you're average 15, and you think, oh, I got lucky, I got a 13 average. Well, that's good. And if we go back to the graph, and going back to the whole thing of, you know, don't get discouraged, the thing is, if you go and you do a good average, and you get a good, you know, 13 average, that'll be good. And then you go back and maybe another day you get a 14 average of 100. And then another day you get like a 16 average, which was a bad average for you. But think about it. You got a 16 average this time, when that was a bad for you, but last time you get a 17 average, and that was bad for you. And then over time, your good average will become a 12 average, and then an 11 average. And eventually, your bad times will go from being 17 to a 14 being a bad average, and a 13 being a bad average. And once, those were good times for you. And so that's the whole premise of don't get discouraged, because you're improving without even knowing it. As long as you can believe that you can improve, you can improve. I mean, that's simply the answer. And eventually, you know, you'll just forget, and, you know, it'll just be, you'll be in a good mood, and you'll get a PB average of 5. So that's just the main tip. Hope this will help some of you. Anyway, yep.